Hey guys, a few months ago I was sent this to the Analog Resurgence P.O. Box by someone named Kory. Kory was kind enough to send this along, and this is 4x5 X-ray film from the Film Photography Project. X-ray film is stuff that would have been used in like industrial medical uses in X-ray machines, but you can still actually take pictures on it, and it's 4x5, which means that I can shoot it in this camera, my trusty Graflex. The information on it says ISO 50. And it is double-sided emulsion, so I can load it either way into a film holder like this. It might be a little difficult to shoot, but you know, hopefully I'll go through some trial and error and we'll learn along the way, and hopefully I won't lose my mind trying to shoot it. We're gonna go to the park so I can take 2 pictures on 4x5 film that somebody sent me. Am I too close to you?
No.
Do I look good?
Yeah, you look good.
Okay. The tripod is weird.
I know. Yeah, it doesn't. Yeah, that doesn't go away.
Yeah, that's okay.
It's made for. Yeah, it's made for like a littler camera.
I don't have to use the ground glass because the Graflex has a rangefinder on it, so I can focus using the top part. All I have to do is take the picture.
The sun's like almost behind the trees.
No, it's fine. It's not. I'm taking this out, and then I'm gonna. Okay, you ready? 3, 2, 1. Good. That was it. Okay.
Yeah, I don't know. The light's really.
Don't worry.
Moving fast right now.
I'm just gonna set it back one
at
stop.
At the speed of light.
All right. So you come here.
1, 2, 3, picture.
Good. Now that the sun is going down, I might have taken 2. Well, I might have taken 1 and Renee might have taken 1 also. I will probably try a few more shots
Of the X-ray film?
Of the X-ray film when it's a little brighter.
Yeah.
And maybe I will do it with Ben. I mean, this was like not the best time for it.
It was a little late.
But let's see what happens. Did I put things out here? I did. Okay, so I tried to shoot this 4x5 X-ray film a couple sheets with Renee the other day in the park, but then I lost the light, and then the tripod didn't work with the 4x5 camera, so it was kind of a recipe for a lot of things for it to not work. So now we're going to try 2 more sheets here where it's sunnier, over right here.
I just don't understand who's going to hold what camera. There's 2 cameras, 2 people. One person could be holding a camera while their picture is taken, but the other person has to be taking the picture while holding a camera.
We need to make a third friend.
I used to have cardboard cutouts of all the actors in Hot Tub Time Machine.
What? Did you?
Yes.
I think it would be nice if you sat in this chair for me, and I need you to look into the sun.
Upsetting.
This is really just a technical exercise. But there is the Graflex, and then we're gonna take a picture of you. That's us together. This will be the thumbnail.
This will be the thumbnail?
No.
The thumbnail is my eyes increased in size, my mouth increased in size. I'm going, and there's a ball pit, and there's a child going, whoa! Whoa! And then a drone that we're both looking at, and the drone is dropping Paw Patrol toys.
Just look in the camera like you're having a good time. Yeah. Open your eyes. Wide open. Yeah. Yeah. 3, 2, 1. Oh, there it goes.
Oh, I feel like a baby being fed Cheetos at his first haircut. Okay, and then I'm pulling up.
Yeah, so pull it up all the way out.
Yeah.
Okay, now rotate it, like flip it.
I see how it's going.
And then slide it back in.
Boom.
Yeah, you should just be able to kind of
Is it comfy? A little bit further?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. If I had remembered to pull a sheet out of the fridge, we could have done an instant shot, but next time. Yeah, we'll see how people react to you. All right. So
you either hate me or you didn't watch the video.
Oh, what's that nice little gem on your chest there, slung across the stomach?
Boom.
Yep. Boom.
Got it.
That's it. It's as easy as The first two probably didn't work out. These two maybe worked out. No, it says 50 ISO for the exposure, so that should be good. And I've got HC110 that we're going to develop it in, and then now I can use the V700 to flatbed scan the negatives.
No, say, we'll see you in a minute.
We'll see you in a minute. We're going to try and develop this, the X-ray 4x5. So I got 2 sheets that Renee and I tried to do, and then 2 sheets that Ben and I tried to do. I got our developing tank here, and I'm going to be doing it with this HC110. And then my film holders, so I got to go in the dark and load those. But then also there's some fix over there. So the 4x5 holder that I have is one for just the Patterson tanks. You lift this up, and then it can hold 6 sheets on it. It is just okay. It's a bit of a pain, but they just kind of wrap around the column there. So I'm gonna go load this stuff in the dark, and then I'm gonna come back, and then we're gonna do this together. So it wants me to develop it in HC110 dilution H. So dilution H is gonna be 1 part developer to like 63 parts water. So it's really, really, really diluted. It's really not strong at all, but it's still only gonna go for 3.5 minutes. So this stuff, you want to make sure to kind of nail the developing. So hopefully that's what we're going to do. I'm also going to develop the film at like 68 degrees Fahrenheit, so it's a little bit warmer in the bathroom right now, but I can just get the temperature of the water to be that. The film is in here, so we're going to mix it up. We're just going to throw it in. I'm going to rinse it. I'm not going to use stop bath. I'm just going to use water. I'm going to use the fix, and then we're going to pull it out. So maybe we'll do a little bit of a montage here so I don't get too carried away with talking forever. Alright, so I still have to do like a rinse for it and stick it under some water, but I'm going to pull it out and we're going to see, ooh, that is super thin. So not a great looking result for the first attempt. That's the picture of Ben, which is very, very, very hard to see. And the other ones, which like I can see through. That one is like nothing. That would have been either me or Renee. That one also is nothing, which would have been like me or Renee. And then this one is me that Ben took. So, I don't know. All right, what have we learned? So I tried to develop that stuff, and it came out almost nothing. So actually, a couple are like, this is it. The one I took of Ben has a little of something. You can see information on his shirt. I might scan that just as an example, but kind of back to the drawing board with this stuff. I'm just kind of going along, and I'm going to take a few shots later. I'm going to go see my friend Jordan. Maybe we'll take a couple more x-ray shots. From what I believe is that the information on the package that I have for this x-ray stuff, it says ISO 50. So if I'm looking at film photography projects information for the x-ray film that they sell now, which I believe is the same kind of stuff, it looks like they've probably refined that and actually rated it now instead at like ISO 10. So if I was shooting it at ISO 50 when I should have shot it at ISO 10, then that means that I probably underexposed it by like 2.5 stops. I'm gonna give it another shot because again, this was a gift to me, and we're gonna play around with it until I get some, at least maybe one or hopefully two good looking shots. All right, I'm gonna try this again.
Taking photos of cameras.
No, I'm not taking
1984. I met a dog today. Got an apartment. Yeah. There was a dog in the back. Her name was Mika. She was old.
Wow.
It's me and Mika, bro. It's been a great day.
Alright, so we're doing developing again for this stuff. I've already mixed out my developer here. Alright, chemicals in the tank. Let me see if there's something on this film. Alright, there's one exposure. The other exposure is Nothing. Okay, my exposure on that must have been wrong. But I have one solid exposure. Wow. It's still a little underexposed. It's of my friend Adam, but there's something on this one. So we will scan this one. All right, into the rinse, and then I guess we'll scan them. All right, welcome to the scanning area. I haven't done like a ton of scanning videos, especially now that I have the V700 here. So this is the first attempt to do this. We have one good exposure for Adam, and we're gonna try and scan one really underexposed one of Ben, just as an example of how underexposed it is. So we've got them just on the V700 here with the transparency piece out so that I can scan negatives, and then they're just on the 4x5 holder here. A big thing with scanning black and white film at home is gonna be dust. I've got like a microfiber anti-static cloth, which is just one of these orange cloths. Originally I was gonna scan with a program called ViewScan, which I've used in the past for this stuff, but ViewScan has just been giving me some problems, and it's been frustrating to try and get consistent results out of ViewScan. So I've actually just been using plain old Epson Scan for using this stuff, and Epson Scan has been just giving me some like easy, reliable, like decent looking scans when I just want to be able to like get stuff off the V700. All right, so in Epson Scan we're gonna go with film holder, and then we're going to go black and white negative film, and I'm going to do it at 2400 DPI, but we're also doing it 16-bit grayscale because it is black and white film. So we're going to leave everything under here the same for a second, and we're going to hit preview. It's like 1,000,000 degrees here right now. It's making it super hard to get anything done. And we got our preview coming in here. So Epson Scan is pretty good at actually like automatically detecting things. They are really dark at the moment, but that's just kind of how it is. So we're gonna rotate this one. This is our good one, and we go over here. We can actually do a little bit of adjusting here because like things are so crazy. So I mean, I just want to like slide things up so I can see what's going on. And I don't really want it to like crush any of the blacks when like we're scanning, and there's not like a lot of highlights. So the sky area, there's not like a lot of information anyway, so I can really raise that up and kind of brighten up the rest of the image. This is gonna give us like a pretty decent scan. You can already see like the amount of like dirt and like specks and stuff that I'm actually gonna have to just like go into Photoshop and clean up, but I will do that. So now if we go next, this is our one of Ben, which, I mean, yeah, that is right side up. So we're just gonna like, whoa. So I mean, you can see him, you can see like his shirt, but you like go up too high, it's just gonna like really destroy it because it's such like an underexposed image, but also like the amount of dust and like spots and stuff that I need to go in and clean up. So here in Epson Scan are the kind of like the settings. Now for black and white scanning, there's not really a lot of like kind of scanner cleanup that you can do for this stuff. On color negative scanning, you can do something that is called digital ice, or like dust removal kind of stuff, where the scanner scans the film with infrared light and then kind of picks up and tries to automatically remove a lot of the dust and specks. So you can't use infrared scanning on black and white film because it still detects the amount of silver that's left in black and white, and it can kind of throw everything off and get really glitchy. So you can't use digital ice or like dust removal, but I am gonna leave unsharp mask on. I'm just gonna leave it on medium. It just kind of tries to like sharpen up your images a bit. For flatbed scanners, there's gonna be like some softness when you're scanning your stuff, so I don't mind throwing like a bit of an unsharp mask on here, but you can definitely play around with this. I just leave it on medium, and now we're just gonna hit scan, and it will let me save things where I want to. So I'm just gonna type this X-ray film, and then start the counting at 1, and it's gonna save just to my desktop, and it's gonna save as a TIFF file. So I'm gonna kind of skip ahead a little bit here, but now it's actually going to scan for me. So while it's making all those flatbed noises, I'm just gonna pause this. We're gonna jump ahead. I'm gonna throw them up in Photoshop. We're gonna take a quick look, and then I will also clean them up and put them up for real. Hey, we did it. So here is Adam's scan, and Adam's scan is not bad. It is pretty dusty, and I'll be honest, this did hang up for a little bit, for like way too long, probably a day before I managed to remember to get around to taking them down, putting them in the sleeves, and then eventually scanning them. So the key here is to like dry your negatives in like a more like dust-free environment, or don't let things sit out like way longer than they need to. I mean, you can see there's like just like these are dirty negatives, but once you kind of zoom back out, it's not bad, and there's like a really like a smoothness to it because there's not going to be like a lot of grain on stuff like this, and that is one of the really nice features of this. So I mean, I have touched up like some of the dust and stuff, and like there's a mark here from the film holder, and I would say this shot of Adam is a hard-won victory. It took a lot to get this one exposure, but the exposure is not bad. It could be a little brighter, but the developing went well, and I got the one exposure, and I had to work really hard. But on the other side of things, here's this one of Ben, and this one is really, really underexposed, and I mean, yeah, there's dust and everything, so you kind of like, you're trying to pull up more detail than you can really restore from these stuff, and you're starting to get artifacts and just like stuff from like the film being on the scanner and stuff that shouldn't be there, so it looks just really strange. In conclusion, this one of Adam, really good. I should probably send it to him. All I'm saying is that if I was Adam, I'd be really happy with this. So I'm gonna send it his way, and this has been the X-ray film. Would I shoot it again? I think so, now that I know to rate it at ISO 10, to the developing is pretty straightforward. So this stuff isn't super expensive. I'll throw a link in the description down below for like the film photography project, and you can pick up some sheets of this if you're looking around for something to play around with. And now you've seen me, so you won't make the same mistakes. So I'm gonna be talking more in general about 4x5 soon and doing a bit of an intro for that. So there's gonna be more stuff coming up as well for Super 8. I got to go out and shoot some Super 8 stuff, courtesy of Pro 8, and that's coming. And I'm also gonna probably like hype this up a few times. This is a book that has recently come out by Danny Plotnick. It's called The Super 8, An Illustrated History. I have a copy, and it's amazing. Anybody who's interested in, I mean, like film stuff in general, but also just like motion picture stuff. You know, I see a lot of people who do want to shoot Super 8 and have a lot of questions about Super 8, and this is such like a love letter to Super 8, and there's so much cool stuff in here. So, you know, support Danny. It's obviously a passion project, and I'll throw a link to that as well. Keep an eye on things. It's hot. It's crazy here. It's hard to do anything, but yeah. There's going to be some interesting stuff this summer. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you, Kory, for sending this along. Oh, also, the channel is about to hit 20,000 subscribers, so I guess like a Q&A video would be good, so I'll throw up a post on the channel community page or whatever. I'll throw up a thing on my Instagram as well, but also, I don't know, if you want to post questions for the Q&A, if you've made it this far in the video, then you must like me, or you fell asleep with this running. Anyways, yeah.